How many people here are doctors? Anybody with a medical background at all? Anybody? Yeah. Listen, you guys have missed your opportunity. If you wanted to be a doctor, this was the year to do it. You just have to figure out an exam center in Bihar, or Gujarat, or Raipur. Somebody would ask you like, "Hey, Javed, why is your exam center 1700 kilometers away?" I like to travel. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, let me explain to you what's happening, okay? There's an exam called the NEET exam. NEET exam is the exam for medical students to basically get into colleges. So here's what happened, okay? In the history of the NEET exams, they've been going on for a while. In the history of the maximum we can score is 720 out of 720. The number of students that have got that total in the history of the NEET exams is like 12. This year in 2024, 67. Which leads you to two conclusions. Number one, Indians in a span of a year have suddenly gotten very intelligent. They are all snorting badams, taking spirulina, shoving up their ass, rectally as they say medically, finding Ravinder Baiju and licking his head like, Gyan de, on the side, some people are like, salary bhi de de. Right. That's one option, and it's possible that that's an option. Or number two option is that what the great philosopher Rakhi Sawant said. Some cheating is happening. Okay, and there's credible evidence of this all over the place. There have been arrests made, okay, and one student admitted to the fact that he got the answer sheet. He got the answer sheet the night before the paper. And despite that, he scored 185 out of 7. Right, this is when you know an exam is tough. When even with the answer sheet, you're like, kya tha? But another thing in Gujarat, what happened was parents paid one guy, one invigilator or some teacher or whatever, they paid him crazy amounts of money to get their students, get their children a high marks. And they paid them 66 lakhs per student. 66 lakhs for an exam. What? Dude, for 66 lakhs, I think you could start a hospital. It would have one bed, but I think you could start it. For 66 lakhs, you could buy 3 players in the IPL. What the fuck? You could buy 2.5 Sandeep Sharmas for 66 lakhs. For 66 lakhs, you could buy a front page ad in the Times of India. Put your child's face in there. Mera beta buddhiman. You could do anything. 66 lakhs? That's crazy, dude. And you're like, okay, maybe the pain ends now. It doesn't end because this is just the undergraduate exams. Now there's the postgraduate exams. So students have studied years, sacrificed their lives to study for the exam. It was supposed to happen on some June 23rd or something. And students have gone to their cities, they booked their hotels, flights, etc. All good to go. 10:30 p.m. the night before the exam, they're like, postponed. And students are like, to when? They're like, pata nahi. Do you understand how crazy this is? Just imagine you are at the airport. Okay, you're at the airport and they say your flight is delayed. And you're like, to when? They're like, yeah, but you'd be like, excuse me? But you're still like committed. You're like, I'll wait for I need this flight. So you wait at the airport for 1, 2, 3 days. And then you see the newspaper and it says, Jet Airways shuts down. You're like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. It was such absolute chaos this exam has been. One of the things that happened was in one of the centers somewhere, they gave out the wrong question paper to the students. 400 students got the wrong question paper. And it took them 30 minutes to figure out that it was the wrong question paper. Right, and then the excuse was that they said that we were supposed to give them the exam paper that came from State Bank of India. But we gave them the exam that came from Canara Bank. I was like, how is the banking sector involved in this? What is happening? Just use GPay. What is this? But of course, it's a security thing. They need to go from different banks and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I started to think about people who are running this exam. The students have multiple choice where they have 4 choices, right? It was tougher to get it right. These people had 2 choices. It was KBC 50-50. SBI or Canara Bank. They're like, nahi malum. How easy is this? So students are obviously angry, right? It's crazy. I started doing some deep dives into it, and I also like the rumors that are flying, right? Like, so for example, if two people get the same score in a NEET exam, you're like, how do they figure out who gets the higher ranking, right? And so some people say that's based on age for some reason. It's also based on which exam you scored higher on. And then some people started spreading the rumor that it's based on your name alphabetically. Now, I don't know if this is true, but if it's true, that is hilarious. Because let's say my name is Sorabh Pant, because it is. And let's say your name is Sorabh Chant. Let's just say it. Right? If we score the same 685 out of 720, you get a higher ranking, which proves what a chunt you are. No, but just understand, like, you now as a parent, right? If this is true, that alphabetically it increases your ranking, that means now as a parent you have to think about this also. First you have to give children education, you have to give them, it's a lot of work. Now you have to figure out naming them alphabetically correct. This is my daughter, Dr. We named her after a battery. She's actually a dentist, you know. You go to her and she says, open your mouth and say my name. Guys,